But first, our latest report on the companies trying to halt the decline in the Borders textile industry. 20 years ago, it accounted for half of all manufacturing jobs in the Borders. But in recent years, local firms have struggled to compete with overseas competition. Hopefully, things are changing. And as Jill Brown reports, one woman in St Boswell's is bringing a little bit of stardust to the fight.
When a woman with a reputation for making hats for princesses and pop stars bases her business in the region, you know that things are looking up.
Well, I've been making hats for a very long time, and obviously I moved up to Scotland, and what I found was amazing was moving my business to the Borders, because people here have got hat making skills. I've been committed to actually making everything here in Great Britain, and we use just British products, as many Scottish products as I can, especially the tweed, obviously. And there's fantastic heritage around here for me to use with the craft that I know so well, which is making hats.
With traditional millinery training in Luton and London, Yvette was never a fan of new media, until it revolutionised her business.
It's very, very important, social media. I always thought it was white noise. I wasn't interested in it at all. And from doing different race courses that I work with, we had a lot of people following us on Facebook, but Twitter's just gone crazy. People aren't scared about buying online now, which is really, really important. Even with hats, which you think you'd have to try on. Our best-selling hat is a hat that's got the Alice band. You don't need a fitting for that because it's an Alice band. It will go to the size of your head. And the little pill boxes, again, they don't need a fitting. It's all about them choosing the hat style they like and the colour they like, and we can make those up within about 2 weeks normally.
The hat-making calendar is very closely linked to the racing calendar.
Throughout the season, there's so many different race-going commitments that are there where people are required to wear hats. You know, that is the time for us to actually get the hats out online. So I think if we go for one of the sites...
Yvette's latest collection is a collaboration with Harris Tweed. Border Life got a sneak peek into the process that goes into making one of the hats for the collection.
There's two processes really. We have our wooden blocks, and they probably take about 2 days to make one hat, and our various high-end clients understand the work that's gone into that and would rather their hat was hand blocked on a wooden block. And then we have the metal block presses where we've made the actual hat for the Harris Tweed collection. We can send that design, which is our design, you know, to Japan, to America, wherever really. The story behind that is actually the same block that the Sheriffs of Holyrood would wear in the Palace of Holyrood House. And then we've got our Sheriff's topper hat version. But you need the curved scissors to actually cut round the brim. This machine here is a fantastic piece of equipment because it's just for hats and it can do every part that I really need it to do. And we're actually now going to cut the rim. And machine round. You can see the stitches are holding the hat down now. So you can see there we've got the stitch line all round the hat.
This is how many of Yvette's hats start life. But for this new collaboration, the next step seems a little counterintuitive.
Right, now this hat has been blocked and it's got the edging to it. We're actually going to cut it. It looks like we're destroying it, but we're not. It's actually to make a pattern for the hat to be sewn in Harris Tweed. So we're actually taking it so we can make a pattern to make the topper, and then they go out to an outdoor worker which is in Claremore, and obviously once the finished product's back it goes with the rest of the collection. Now you probably want to wear your...
As well as selling online, Yvette is still very much a believer in old-fashioned selling, with a very hands-on approach.
Yeah. It is a consultation. I think that's why people come along and they trust my judgment. I've been doing it for a very long time now. Some people might think I'm quite bossy, but then, you know, it's got my name and my label on it. I don't want them going out looking like a, you know, sort of dog's dinner. It's really important for them to look right in the outfit that they've got and the hat that they've got. But what's really good is because of the experience that I've had behind me is that we can teach them what to wear to what event. You know, there's different hats that go with different things. Right, this is something like that, or just try some more? Yeah, okay. Do you? Okay, well we'll keep that on you for now. Obviously you've seen people that have come in here today, they vary from all sorts of ages, and it's really important for me to get young girls wearing hats now so they will carry on. It seems to be like if you go to church once when you're young, you carry on going to church when you're older. It's what you've been taught and how to sort of wear things. But people have realised that a hat is the finishing touch to any outfit, whether you're going to the races, to a wedding. We have wonderful clients and they're wonderful in the fact they always come back. They're very loyal. They don't sort of go to Topshop one day and then Zara another. They always come back.
And it's not just the clients who recognise the quality of the products.
Brilliant.
We actually won the Heritage Crafts Award at the beginning of the year for Maker of the Year for 2014, which was wonderful to actually win because it's all about, again, heritage and provenance. And we also won Best Royal Hat at Royal Ascot, worn by a royal. And it was actually the Countess of St Andrews that was wearing a hat that was actually bought online from us. We beat the likes of Philip Tracy, who's probably the most amazing hat designer there is, and other designers that were also in that as well. So a hat that was, made here in the Borders has gone out to win that international award. It's fantastic.
Yvette is the first to acknowledge the impact of the Borders on her work and her happiness. She also believes the region faces a bright future.
It's a wonderful place to be. I feel very much at home in the Borders, and I think that's why hopefully I've settled here. There's so many young people that are starting their own business and doing their own things, which I think is really important. It's not just in the fashion, but there's all the areas that sort of look after the textile industry. So you've got designers doing websites, photography. There's all sorts of people that are here doing different things that put into that. I mean, we don't just make hats here. We service a lot of other industries around that. What we are hoping to do as well is obviously work with Heriot Watt and get their students in, and we've got a fantastic college right on our doorstep, and to take interns in from there is obviously what we're wanting to do and make milliners of the future and hat makers of the future.